and it'll be around a lot longer after me. What is poetry, you say? Poetry to me is when I'm running late to work and I get to the corner to get the bus, it's right there to pick me up, to help me get there on time. What's poetry? Poetry is going to get that last soda in the vending machine that is your particular flavor, and that's the last one left. Poetry is Dr. Sonia Sanchez, Dr. Maya Angelou, the last poets, Amira Baraka, Ursula Rucker. Poetry is the poets you see here today. Poetry is Psalms, Job, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs. Poetry is our president, dealing with all of this BS he deals with every day, but still making it look good, handling. Poetry is him and Michelle Obama holding hands. Poetry is a lot of different things. And in this world, when they're taking so much from you, they're taking away jobs, they're taking away homes, families are breaking up, people are losing their cars. It's a lot that people are losing in this world. So one day, poetry could be a crime. In this piece, it goes like this. To my poets and poetry lovers, I ask you, what if poetry was a crime? Dropping these metaphors, speaking these similes, but in the end, if I was caught, I mean, I would have to do actual hard time. Now, if this is the case, would you as a poet really renounce your gift, or would you, like me, understand the life-saving mentality of spitting these poetic phrases that allow my soul to be free? Now, if I could be so bold always, not about what somebody told me, but how I feel when it comes to this poetry deep inside, enough that I'd ask you to close your eyes. Let it be about the words you hear, as well as in turn, see, eventually smell and see. Because see, I am poetry, and poetry is definitely me. I would gladly be wanted by the authorities at the risk of doing a bid, because when it comes to this poetry, this isn't some fad, but in real, how I live. I need this poetry in order to survive. You see, without this written verbal art, a part of me deep inside most certainly would die. So if shackles and chains along with a 6x9 this cell was my fate, easily without question I'd write and run and write for the rest of my life. Treat the man just like he was Sheriff John Brown. I shot the sheriff. And if I had to, I'd even shoot the deputies. So to my poets and poetry lovers, I ask you, what if poetry was a crime? Speaking these adjectives, dropping these adverbs, when in the end, if I was caught, that mean I would truly have deserved? Well, my mother ain't raised no punk, so I refuse to go out on my knees. I'ma always be on my feet. And if I have to, I'ma still talk about Big Brother, y'all. That's the G to the O to the V along with the apostrophe T. Now see, that's the conservative curve that's setting these standards and making these policies that at times trying to hold my people down. Trying to treat us like we puppets on a string. Dance, puppet, dance. But in the end, we always overcome. Even when we 10 feet back in the starting blocks, it's still our race to win in the end, you see. And even today, unconditional love is almost non-existent in this place that we reside. So I ain't turning my back on this gift given to me from the Most High. Smiled on an addition from the Most High's right-hand side through fiery brown eyes. I'm just hoping that they save a place for me in the Most High's most sacred kingdom. That's how it's stated in the scripture, you see. So I go out at night to rock these poetic mics, just hoping that the Most High will understand. Because see, this is the age of the poetic prophets. This is where we got to be about the message we're speaking about. Not afraid of walking, doing more than just talking. Because see, in the end, I come from a land, a heritage, that's filled with kings. So I'm not that ignorant brother that mainstream society wants me to be. I'm not that hippie woman mother that my father exampled me to see. So to my poets and poetry lovers, I ask you, what if poetry was a crime? If that's the case, let me stand here and tell you now. This gift of mine is that from the great Anunnaki, straight heaven to earth. And now, only a selfish ego, along with the devil's guiding, can take me off this poetic path that I'm truly destined to walk. Because see, with this gift, I truly must speak. So in the end, I tell you now, this Sunday, September 25th, if poetry is ever a crime and I'm caught, don't you ever worry about me. Because see, even locked down in a 6 foot by 9 cell, my mind will always be free. And I know that no matter what, in the end, that only God could ever judge me if this right here, poetry, was considered a crime. Peace. I want to say thank you for coming out.